let's talk about some of my favorite crochet sweater patterns. Hello everyone, Rochelle here, and I'm back to share some yarn goodness with you all today. Okay, so today we're going to talk about some super awesome crochet sweater patterns. Now, let's go ahead and talk about what I am wearing because I love this and I love styling it and layering it with different things. So this is the Summer Vacation Crochet Top, and it is designed by Jessica Reeves Pates. And so I have a dedicated video about this top. It's actually more like a tank top, but it does have, I mean, I guess depending on how wide you make it, it could have a bit of a cap sleeve, but I love it. And like I said, I love layering it with different things. And so sometimes I wear things under it. Sometimes I wear things over it. It looks really good with dresses, skirts, jeans, whatever. So I really like it. And I will link the video below where I talk about more details. And also I have a Ravelry page as well that talks about the yarn that I use and the hook size and all that wonderful stuff. Let's talk about sweater number 1. It is the Marina Pullover, and it is designed by Courtney A. Clark of Tinderbox. So this is a paid pattern, and it calls for fingering weight yarn. And so the bust circumference for this sweater is between a 27 to 60 inch bust, and that is 68.5 to 175 or 157.5 centimeters. So it has like a nice range there. And also it is crocheted from the top down, which we love because we can try it on along the way. And it is constructed in the round with short rows, which is really cool because I don't really see a lot of crochet patterns that incorporate short rows. And so I think that's a really nice design feature. So I love the scallop edging that is on the cuffs and the hem. I think that is beautiful. And that lace yoke detail that just goes across the top is stunning. And I love those slight bell sleeves. And so this is just a beautiful pattern to try out. All right, y'all, let's go on to pattern number 2. So it is called the Don't Scrap That Raglan, and it is designed by Anna Maria of Crochet Highway Designs. And so this is also a paid pattern, and it calls for DK weight yarn. And so the bust circumference for this pattern is between 33 to 65.5 inches, and that is 84 to 166 centimeters. And for the ease, it is between 2 and 6 inches of positive ease. And that is between 5 and 15 centimeters of positive ease. So you want to think about that when you are deciding on which size you want to make. You really want to think about how much ease you want as well. And so this is a top-down pattern. And it has like all over texture over it, and that is achieved by the moss stitch. So that's a really popular, really nice crochet stitch, and so it's really beautiful. It also features short rows, and that is to raise the back level of the neck. So I think this is a wonderful pattern, and it's been a long time since I've made a crochet raglan, so I would really like to make one again. Okay, moving on. Now this one is called the Fion Top, and this is by Holly Woodward Designs. And so this is a paid pattern, and it calls for DK weight yarn. And so the sizes for this one is listed as extra small to 5XL. The actual bust circumference inches or centimeters is not listed in the pattern. Me personally, I prefer when the inches and the centimeters are listed because 5X can mean a lot of different things for different people. You know, one pattern could say 5X is a 62-inch bust, and then another pattern could say 5X is a 59-inch bust. So everybody has like different opinions of what different sizes are. And so I really like when you have inches or centimeters, because it's kind of universal. But anyway, there are a few patterns that don't list the actual inches and centimeters. They just list like extra small to 5XL. But of course, if you want to do a little bit more research on the project, you could probably find out more. But in terms of what I am seeing on the project page or the pattern page, it's going to be extra small to 5XL. And so what I really love about this pattern is that wonderful lace detail around the 3/4 sleeves. As you can tell, I love a good 3/4 sleeves. It is wonderful. And so it also has that lace detail on the hem. And I really like that boat neck design and those super wide sleeves. If you all have been watching for a while, you know I love big sleeves. So this is really, really wonderful. And also the construction is really cool. So it's constructed using 4 triangles. And so it's super, super awesome for beginners or perhaps those who are experienced that want a bit of an easier project, because essentially you're making four rectangles and then seaming them together. So I think that's really nice. All right. So the next one we have is the Time After Time jumper. And for some reason, it reminds me of that song, Time After Time. But anyway, this is designed by Lauren Willis. And so this is a paid pattern, and it uses DK weight yarn. And so the bust circumference for this pattern is between a 35 to 67 inch bust. And that is 90 to 170 centimeters. And so this one does have the ease listed. Some patterns do, some patterns don't, but if it's listed, I will let you all know. So it is between a 4 to 6 inch positive ease or 10 to 15 centimeters of positive ease. So I feel like that's a really modest amount of ease. And I love that heart detail on the body and the sleeves. I just think it is so wonderful. And I don't know, to me, like that would be super cute, like date night, and you pair it with a nice skirt or like a nice dress and some boots. I don't know. I'm just thinking I just think it's so romantic with the hearts, and I just really like it. So, yeah, that is the Time After Time jumper. Okay. Moving right on along, we have the Gigi jumper, and that is also by Holly Woodward Designs. And this is a paid pattern, and it uses DK weight yarn. And so the sizes are between an extra small to a 5XL, and it's also hip length, which is really nice. And it has a drop sleeve construction. And that's another thing that I've been noticing more and more in crochet patterns is that drop sleeve construction, which is really nice. And I love the balloon sleeves and that crew neck design. Really beautiful, really classic design. And yeah, I really like it. I think it'll make like a really, really nice crochet pattern. Okay, so moving on along, we have the Granny Pop V-neck sweater, and that is designed by MJ's Off the Hook Designs. And so this is a paid pattern. I love the name Granny's Pop. I think that's so cool. But that is a paid pattern, and it uses DK weight yarn, and the sizes are between an extra small to a 5XL or a 5X. It is top down, and it has a beautiful V-neck design. I really, really like that. And I think that this sweater will look really good like with self-striping yarn or solid yarn. I don't really know what I would make it in. I think I would have to let the yarn speak to me and figure out like what kind of pattern or what kind of yarn I want to make with it. But it is a really cool looking design, and I think it makes like a fun twist on the whole granny type of stitch that's really popular in crochet. Okay, y'all. Up next, we have the Twist Swancho, and that is designed by Ashley Kaiser of Sorella. Now, this is a free pattern, and it calls for worsted weight yarn. And so the bust circumference is between an extra small and a 3X. But the thing is, don't let that deter you, because the sizes is based on your shoulder. So 3X may not be as like small as you would think. Like I measured for my size, and I think I'm gonna do like, I think maybe I'll do like the XL, maybe. We'll see. But the way the measurements are, it goes by the length out. So you take your measurements off of that. And so I would look at the pattern. It is a free pattern, so you can go in there and decide, okay, well, if it's 60 inches across, that'll work for me. So instead of going by like extra small, 2XL, whatever, I would go by the actual measurements of the garment. It's kind of like based on shoulders. So I think that's really neat. And it's something to think about before you just look at the pattern and go, oh, it's a 3X, and then you just miss it. You might want to take a look at the measurements first. But anyway, I am super excited about this one because I actually have yarn for this one. And it is the Brava worsted weight, and this is by Knit Picks. And so each ball or skein is 218 yards, and that's 100 grams. And it is a 100% premium acrylic yarn, and it feels absolutely amazing. And yeah, so this is distributed by Knit Picks and We Crochet. And the colorway is called Dublin. And so I already have enough yarn for this, and I am really excited to use it. And I don't know what it is. I am really wanting to make all the things using green. I don't know what's happening. I feel like I'm cheating on purple. I don't know. Like, I have been wanting to use green a lot. It's just beautiful. And so, yeah. So that's the yarn that I want to use for this. And I plan on making this pattern starting, I'm thinking January. I'm not sure yet, but I'm going to be talking a little bit later about the make-along that I'm co-hosting. And so we're going to be making sweaters all year round, so I can start on this one anytime. But I'm thinking this is going to be my first crochet project of the new year. That's what I'm thinking. So we'll see. But it looks like it's a very easy pattern, and you only need to know how to double crochet, do back loop only, chain stitch, and slip stitch. And so those are really simple beginner type of stitches, and I think you'll have no problem with it. Okay, so up next we have the Quick Win Raglan, and it is designed by LaRue Crochet. And it is a paid pattern using worsted weight yarn. And so the bust circumference is between 26 to 62 inches, and that is 66 to 157.5 centimeters. Now the ease for this pattern is super, super interesting because it says that the ease is 25% built-in positive ease. And I am still trying to understand what exactly does that mean. So if you know what that means, let me know. 25% built-in positive ease. It's very, very interesting. But the yarn that I'm using, because I am going to be making this one, and it is the Mighty Stitch worsted weight in the colorway Fairy Tale. And this is also Knit Picks, and each ball has 208 yards, 100 grams. And this yarn is 80% acrylic and 20% superwash wool. And so I think that's a really nice blend. It has a little bit of a sheen to it, but not like super shiny or anything like that. It's really soft, and I think that it is going to provide a wonderful drape for this sweater. I really do. And so I'm going to be making this sweater as well for the sweater make along that I'm co-hosting. And oh, it feels amazing. But anyway, this pattern is wonderful. It features like a super oversized V-neck, and it is worked top down. So that's wonderful. And also I wanted to say that if you look on Ravelry for this project, you're not going to see the bust circumferences listed. It's a bit strange, but what you have to do is go to the photos of the pattern, and when you click down to the last photo, it shows you the bust circumference numbers. So I know for me, it took me a while to find that, and so I don't want you to spend all that time looking for it. So just look at the photos, the last photo, and it'll tell you what the bust circumference measurements are. Yeah, that was a little tricky for me at first. But anyway, I am very excited to make this one. I don't know. I'm trying to decide which will come first, the twist swancho or the quick raglan. I'm really not sure. I go back and forth, but I'm going to be making sweaters all year long, so I will get to both of them eventually. I just don't know which one I want to start on first. Okay, so this next one is super, super fun, and it is called the Traveler's Fair Owl Crochet Sweater, and it is designed by Brianna K Designs. And I just think it's so amazing to see a Fair Owl crochet sweater. I've never done Fair Owl before in knitting or crocheting, so this would be really, really cool for me to try. So it is a paid for pattern, and it calls for worsted weight yarn. And the bust circumference is between 32 to 64 inches, and that is 81 to 163 centimeters. And it features 4 inches or 10 centimeters of positive ease. So that's really nice. I think that's a really good measurement for me when it comes to positive ease, because I don't like a ton of positive ease. So 4 inches is like a really, really good place for positive ease for me. Also, it uses the split single crochet stitch, which is a stitch I have never made. So this pattern would be like a total challenge for me, but I think in a good way, because I'm going to learn new stitches and new techniques and all of that stuff. And so the pattern also comes with a tutorial. For the entire pattern, there is a YouTube tutorial that you can follow along with, because I feel like I'm going to need it. So I think that is super, super awesome. Okay, so up next we have the Batwing Lace Sweater, and it is designed by Tamara Kelly of Moogly. And so this pattern is free on her blog, but if you want an ad-free PDF, you can pay for that, but it's free on her blog. And it uses Aran weight yarn, which is wonderful. And the bust, or the sizes are between an extra small to a 5XL. Now, the pattern page did mention that the sizes are based on the standards from the Craft Yarn Council. So that's kind of like a place to go for looking at standards of measurements for knitting and crocheting and stuff like that. So the pattern doesn't mention like the actual inches and circumference of those measurements. But if you really want to like figure out, what measurement she's like alluding to, then you can go to the Craft Yarn Council and just kind of look at what the standard sizes for an XL or the standard sizes for a medium or a 5X, and that can kind of help you kind of deduce like what size you want to make. So you have to do a little bit of research on that one, but I think it'll be totally worth it. I really, really like the fit of this sweater. It looks super, super cozy. And those bat wings, I just absolutely love that. So those are all the sweaters. But as I have been mentioning throughout this entire video, is that there is a year of the sweater make-along going on, and I'm going to be co-hosting it with Tie Dye Diva, or Trish of Tie Dye Diva. And so we're going to be making sweaters all year long. It starts on January 1st, 2024, and it's going to run all the way till December 31st, 2024. And if you want more details, because we have been getting questions on this, so there is a Ravelry thread that has been created by Trish, and it shows all the details in written form. Also, you can check out our videos. We did a part 1 and part 2 video together. Part 2 really goes into the details, and that is found on Trish's channel. But we also talk about it a little bit on part 1 as well. So either you can check out the Ravelry page and definitely join the Ravelry thread. That'd be really nice. Trish is going to be heading that part up. And also on Instagram, we're going to be using the hashtag Year of the Sweater, MAL, and you can post your projects there, and we're going to be giving away monthly prizes and all that stuff. But as I mentioned, if you want more details, you can check out the Ravelry thread, which I will link below. And also you can take a look at our videos that we did together. And so that's going to show you everything that you need. So I have enjoyed making this. Let me know if you want to make any of the patterns that I talked about today, or maybe you have some crochet sweater patterns that you would like to share with the rest of us. And also, I have created a bundle. It's a Ravelry bundle with over 30 crochet sweaters, and I will be adding more and more to that bundle as I find more crochet sweaters. And so, yeah, definitely check that out. Perhaps something, perhaps the sweaters I talked about today, you might want some more options. So you can go and check out that Ravelry bundle. And like I mentioned, there's over 30 patterns. And I got a feeling by the end of the year, it's going to be way, way more. And so that's awesome. Now, I was able to find a lot of crochet patterns, or, crochet sweater patterns. So I do plan on making a part 2 of this video with more crochet sweater patterns. And since this is going to be a year-long make-along, I'm going to put out that pattern a little bit, or that video a little bit later in the year for you all to check out. And it's just going to be more crochet sweaters. And then also later this month, or maybe even later this week, I'm not sure, it depends on how my schedule goes, I am going to be making a video all about knit sweaters as well, because as you know, I knit and crochet. So I'll be making a video talking about my favorite sweaters that you can knit, and that's going to give you some ideas about what you can make for the make along as well. So thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate you all being here. It's so awesome. Definitely check me out on Instagram. I'm trying to be more active there, and my Ravelry page is up to date, so you can look there as well if you have more questions about yarn and details and stuff. And so yeah, just thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, bye.